what things we have seen up till now. So we'll revise some of the formulas here. So as we are revising some of the formulas here, we'll understand how we can go for solving the problems based on that particular waveguide. So the first thing which I can see here, it's in the formula, is nothing but the formula for cut off wavelength. We have seen the three types of the wavelength. Lambda zero. Lambda zero is nothing but the free space wavelength. Lambda c is nothing but the cutoff wavelength, and a lambda g. Lambda g is nothing but the guide wavelength. So let us revise what we have seen up till now. So lambda c is equal to twice AB divided by square root of m square b square n square a square. Whereas if I draw a rectangular waveguide like this, then this side will be called as the side A, this side will be called as the side B. So the lengths will be in either centimeter or in the meters. Normally we take it in the meters for ease of solving. If you take it in centimeter, take it in centimeters. And this m and n, these are nothing but the modes of that particular transmission. Okay, so you can calculate a lambda c if you know the lengths AB and the mode of operation. Next one is nothing but the, if I want to write the equation of, if I want to know what is the free space wavelength, so 1 upon lambda 0 square is equal to 1 upon lambda g square plus 1 upon lambda c square. So if I add the squares and if I inverse them, then I'll get a lambda 0. Okay, lambda g is equal to lambda 0 square root of 1 minus lambda 0 by lambda c square. Otherwise, in other way, you can write it fc by f0. That will also be okay. Okay, so this is the formula for guide wavelength. Okay, now here what will be the condition to have a propagation? Now you think the case whereas your lambda 0 is greater than lambda c. If lambda 0 is greater than lambda c, whatever this division will come more than 1. So 1 minus something which is greater than 1 will give you some negative value, which is not actually practical, and that's why always to have a propagation, your lambda c must be greater than lambda 0. So this is the one condition which you will verify always. So if a problem is asked and they are asked you, is this mode is possible, when you can say this mode is possible when your lambda c is greater than lambda 0. Otherwise the wave propagation is not possible. Then we have seen a phase velocity, which is nothing but the angular velocity divided by phase constant. Okay, otherwise it will be c by 1 minus lambda 0 by lambda c square. And if I'm going for the group velocity, same formula, just you have to multiply it with the c. So for the group velocity, it will be the rate of change of your I think Vp. So you can write here that c into 1 minus lambda 0 by lambda c square. Okay, next one is nothing but the ZTM. ZTM is the impedance of a TM wave, that is transverse magnetic waves, that is neta into 1 minus square root of lambda 0 by lambda c square. And similarly ZT, it's easy to remember because this is n into 140 n divided by the same kind of thing, 1 minus lambda 0 by lambda c square ka square root. So these are the formulas which we have seen previously. The next one is the condition for wave propagation. Lambda c must be greater than lambda 0. Now, if I am talking about the waveguide, whatever dielectric material I am using here is nothing but the air. But what will be the lambda if you are using material other than the free space, other than the, you can say, your air? Then in that case, you need to consider the dielectric constant of that particular material. So whenever you're talking about the wavelength through the dielectric, it should be the lambda in the air divided by a square root of, you can say, the dielectric constant of that material. So this is one. I will solve one problem based on then you'll understand how we are going to find out these things. Next one is nothing but the possible modes. Now we have talked about the TE waves. We have analyzed the TE waves and we found that TE00 mode is not possible. Only 3 modes are possible after that: 01, 10, 11. But out of this TE10 mode gives me the maximum wavelength. Which mode you will call as a dominant mode, where you are observing the maximum wavelength will be called as the dominant mode. So in a TE wave, you will find that TE10 is the dominant mode. What about the TM wave? 00 not possible, 01 not possible, 10 not possible. The only possible mode is TM11 and above or higher modes than this TM11. So the dominant mode which you will observe in TM is nothing but the 11. Okay? So why you need to understand all these things? Because always the problem will be asked to calculate this thing for the dominant mode. So you must know that in the TE wave, the dominant mode is 1, 0, and in the TM mode, your dominant mode is a 1, 1. Now let us solve our first problem. Uh, uh, this is an air-filled rectangular waveguide of inside dimension is 7 into 3.5 centimeter. So this is the rectangular waveguide and the dimension is given 7 into 3.5. So this is my rectangular waveguide. Always the longer side is the side A. So this is given is A into B. So A is 7 centimeter and your B is a 3.5 centimeter. Operates in the dominant TE mode. As I have already given you, TE का जो dominant mode होता है वो होता है 1-0 mode. So solution for this particular problem, if I want to write the solution for this problem, I'll just go through, find the cutoff frequency. The first thing which I'm going to find out is nothing but the cutoff frequency for this one, and then determine the phase velocity. Okay, so phase velocity is Vp and the frequency is given, that is 3.5 gigahertz. And third is asked, that is determine the guide wavelength at the same frequency. Same means 3.5 gigahertz. So first I'll write what is given there. The first thing is given is nothing but the A, which is 7 centimeter. Second thing is given as a B, which is nothing but the 3.5 centimeter. Dominant mode, that is TE10 mode, means M is equal to 1 and N is equal to 0. Now I need to calculate the cutoff frequency. To know the cutoff frequency, I must know the cutoff wavelength. So lambda C is twice of AB divided by M square B square plus N square A square. Now put this values 1 and 0. If I put 1 here, if I put 0 here, the BB will get cancelled and this will be twice of A. Now I know what is A. So lambda C will be 2 into 7, which is nothing but the 14 सेंटीमीटर. ठीक है, आपको अगर 14 सेंटीमीटर मिल गया है, that is nothing but the cut off wavelength. You can comment on the cut off frequency, that is C by lambda C. What's the C? C is 3 into 10 raised to 8. But as we are dealing it here in the centimeter, convert that 3 into 10 raised to 8 centimeters into centimeter. Centimeter में आपको 100 add हो जाएंगे, so it becomes 3 into 10 raised to 10 centimeters. So this becomes this one. So FC will be 2.143 gigahertz. So this is the first solution or the first answer which you have received. Now we are going to another problem, which is nothing but determine the phase velocity. Now I'm interested in the phase velocity. Okay? So if I'm interested in the phase velocity and the frequency is given over there. So for which frequency you are interested? So F is 3.5 gigahertz. So what about a lambda 0 here? That is C by F. ठीक है, सो अगर आप लैम्डा 0 में इंटरेस्टेड है तो यू विल बी 3 into 10 raised to 8 divided by, now you're interested here in the centimeter, so do it 10, and 3.5 into 10 raised to 9. So if you divide this, whatever you'll get is nothing but the 8.57 centimeter. So here you have got a lambda 0. Sorry, now if I want to calculate a VP, the VP is straightforward, C divided by 1 minus lambda 0 by lambda C square. Okay? I know what is the velocity of light. I know what is lambda 0 because I have calculated. I know what is lambda C. So if putting all that values, I'll get here 3 into 10 raised to, say, if you are putting it into the centimeters, do it in centimeter. If you're doing it in the meters, do it in the meters only. Okay? So as we can see here, all the values we are calculating here is in the centimeter. So you do it here in the centimeter will be okay, no problem. But by converting them into meters and all that, I'll get 0.790. Just do it with me so you'll understand what I'm doing and whether my answers are correct or not. So this will be the answer. 3.79 into 10 raised to 8 meters per second. Now I have got this phase velocity. What about the guide wavelength? Determine the guide wavelength. So third is nothing but the guide wavelength, which is nothing but the lambda G is equal to lambda 0 divided by 1 minus lambda 0 by lambda C square. So put all the values, you will get this lambda G as 10.84 centimeters. So I have not put it, but you do this, and this is nothing but the how you're going to solve the problem based on if the frequency is given, and you need to calculate the cutoff wavelength, cutoff frequency, phase velocity, and the guide wavelength. Now another problem. Now here, a rectangular waveguide has a dimension of 4 into 2 centimeters. So dimensions of the rectangular waveguide are given. So A is 4 centimeter, B is 2 centimeter. Now phase velocity and phase constant beta at the wavelength of 6 centimeter for the dominant mode. So what you are going to calculate here, determine the guide wavelength, you lambda g, phase velocity, that is Vp, and a phase constant beta. So first we'll start with what is given over there. Okay? So in the solution I'll write dimensions are given, that is A is equal to 4 centimeter, B is given as a 2 centimeter, and the lambda 0 is given, that is nothing but the 6 centimeters. First is nothing but the guide wavelength, so lambda g is equal to lambda 0 divided by 1 minus lambda 0 by lambda c square. Now always whenever such kind of things are given, they ask you to calculate it into the dominant mode. So let us take TE10 as a dominant mode. So if I'm saying this is my dominant mode, this means that my M is equal to 1 and my N is equal to 0. And for this mode, we have previously seen that your lambda C will be twice of A. If your lambda C is a twice of A, then I can say it is 2 into 4. That will be nothing but the 8 centimeters. So I have got a lambda C here. Now lambda G is again, if I do recall that lambda G is nothing but the lambda 0 divided by 1 minus lambda 0 by lambda c square. So putting all the values over here, I get 6 divided by 1 minus 6 by 8. Now here lambda c is 8 centimeters. So by calculating this, I get this as a 9.07 centimeter. So if I got it as a 9.07 centimeter, I can use this value for the other things. So I have got a lambda 0, lambda g, and a lambda c also we have calculated. The third thing they ask you to calculate is nothing but the phase velocity. So phase velocity is equal to c divided by 1 minus lambda 0 by lambda c square. So if you are putting it in meters will be okay, if you're putting it into centimeters will be okay. So whatever you're getting here is nothing but the 3 into 10 raised to 8 divided by 0.66, which comes 4.54 into 10 raised to 8 meters per second. So this is the phase velocity. And the fourth thing which we are going to calculate is nothing but the in other way also you can calculate this particular phase velocity, that is omega by beta. Okay? That is Vp is equal to ओमेगा बाय बीटा. ठीक है, बीटा इज नथिंग बट द फेज कांस्टेंट. हमें फेज वेलोसिटी पता है, हमें ओमेगा दैट इज नथिंग बट द फ्रीक्वेंसी पता है. सो देन वी कैन कैलकुलेट ऑल द थिंग्स. ठीक है, सो हियर दिस विल बिकम 2 पाई एफ. बीटा इज नथिंग बट द you can just go for this particular will be beta. So if I'm interested in the beta, then I can write here beta is equal to ओमेगा बाय वीपी. वीपी आपने कैलकुलेट किया है. अगर आपको ओमेगा इज 2 पाई एफ, एंड इफ यू आर इंटरेस्टेड in calculating the f, that is frequency, then you can calculate it if you know the lambda 0. So here I'll just put f0 is equal to c by lambda 0. So what is the c? 3 into 10 raised to 8 divided by 6. So 6, I guess it will be 0.5 into 10 raised to 8. So I can write here this is nothing but the 5 into 10 raised to 9. So 5 gigahertz. So putting all that values over here, I can write beta is equal to 2 pi, that is 314 into f5 into 10 raised to 9 divided by आपका जो भी phase velocity आया है, that is 4.5, just give me a minute, 4 into 10 raised to 8 meters per second. ठीक है, so if you calculate this particular thing, this comes 69.18 and the unit is radians per second. So this is the way how you can calculate your phase velocity. ठीक है. So this is the phase velocity. Now the I think this is we have calculated the guide wavelength here, first guide wavelength, then we have calculated the phase velocity. ठीक है. उसके बाद we have calculated the phase constant. ठीक है. So we have solved our problems in such a way of a dimension of A is equal to 1.5 centimeter, B is equal to 1 centimeter. If a dielectric with 4 inserted into waveguide. So now what we have done here, we have not used air as a dielectric. आपका dielectric is other than air है, and that for that they have given you a dielectric constant. So I think we have already talked about what or how we can find out the wavelength if the dielectric is other than air. So first we'll see what are the things given here. You are going to find it for the dominant mode. So if I'm talking about the dominant mode, if the mode is not given, you just assume that your mode is dominant mode. Okay, so here the dominant mode is TE10 with M is equal to 1 and N is equal to 0. So for such mode, this cutoff wavelength will be twice of AB, M square B square plus N square A square. Now you know if you put M is equal to 0, this term will become a 0, and this is, sorry, your 1-0 mode. So this will become M square. I'm so sorry. I'll just give me a minute. So this will be the M square B square plus N square A square. So N is equal to 0. You'll put 0 here. So BB will get cancelled, and this is twice of A. Now you know what is A here. A is given. So this is nothing but the 1.5. So I've just forget to mention here. A is given as 1.5 centimeter. B is given as a 1 centimeter. Dielectric constant is 4, and the frequency is given 6. So we don't need to assume the mode because TE10 is already given. Okay? So twice of A, 2 into 1.5 centimeter, it will give me 3 centimeter, value of 3 centimeter. What about the cutoff frequency here? FC, C by lambda C will give me the cutoff frequency, which is nothing but the 3 into 10 raised to 8. And if you're going for the things which are in the centimeter, then do it like, otherwise convert it into the meters will be okay. ठीक है, ये मैंने ऐड कर दिया, उसको 3 सेंटीमीटर्स में लिख दिया. So this becomes a 10 gigahertz. So the impressed frequency or whatever frequency you are giving, cutoff frequency क्या है आपका? 10 gigahertz, and the impressed frequency is 6 gigahertz. So your impressed wavelength, so we can say the impressed frequency is nothing but the 6 gigahertz, which is smaller than 10 gigahertz. So wavelength of the impressed frequency, what will be the wavelength of the impressed frequency? So lambda is equal to 3 into 10 raised to 10 divided by 6 into 10 raised to 9, because lambda is equal to C by F, which gives me 5 centimeter. So you can say if your impressed wavelength is this one, आपका 5 सेंटीमीटर है, और आपका जो भी कट ऑफ वेवलेंथ है वो 3 सेंटीमीटर है. ठीक है. So you can say here that there will be no propagation. In other ways, you can say that cutoff frequency is the frequency above which all the frequencies are passed, and your impressed frequency is only 6 gigahertz, so there will not be a propagation. Now let us talk about what will happen when this particular dielectric material, which is nothing but the constant of 4. So here lambda will be lambda of air divided by परमिटिविटी ऑफ दैट मटेरियल. सो अगर आप एयर यूज कर रहे हो यहाँ पे, तो एयर के लिए पॉसिबल नहीं है, लेकिन अगर अदर देन एयर इफ यू आर यूजिंग, यू नीड टू कंसिडर द, सो 5 centimeter divided by square root of 4, which comes 5 by 2, which is nothing but the 2.5 centimeter. Now let us compare this particular with the lambda C. Now you can say this 2.5 centimeter is less than lambda air. Now the signal with a 6 gigahertz frequency will pass through the electric loaded waveguide. So I can say this lambda is smaller than lambda air. So signal with 6 gigahertz frequency will pass. So this is the thing what happens when you are using the dielectric other than air. Now we'll talk about modes. That is nothing but the TE11 modes. So TE11 mode. ठीक है? Sorry. Okay. So I think we'll not talk about the mode. We'll just say that this particular frequency can pass. ठीक है? So the next problem is a rectangular waveguide with a dimension of 3 into 2 centimeters operate in the TM110 mode, sorry, TM11 mode at a 10 gigahertz. Determine the characteristic wave impedance. So I'll just try to cover this particular problem. So the rectangular waveguide is given here. So dimensions are also given, that is nothing but the 3 into 2 centimeters. So first I'll write what is given over here. So the first thing which is given is nothing but the A, that is 3 centimeters. B is given as a 2 centimeters. आपको modes भी दिए हैं. So M is equal to 1, N is equal to 1, and the frequency is equal to 10 gigahertz. Now you are interested in the characteristic wave impedance. ठीक है? So ZTM is what required in this particular problem. So first we'll write the formulas for ZTM. So ZTM is nothing but the neta 1 minus lambda 0 by lambda c square. ठीक है? So if I know lambda 0, if I know lambda c, I can calculate this one. And if I know the frequency, I can calculate the lambda 0 by this formula, c by f. ठीक है? So 3 into 10 raised to 8 and the 10 gigahertz, 10 into 10 raised to 9, which gives me the frequency or the free space wavelength. ठीक है? So this will be 3.3 centimeters. What about the lambda c? If I know the modes, twice of AB, m square b square plus n square a square. So a and b I know, that is 2 into 3 into 2. M is 1 and n is also 1. So I'll just put all that values here. So this will be 2 square, this will be 3 square. By solving this equation or by solving this particular thing, I'll get here lambda C11 is nothing but the 3.328 centimeters. So your lambda 0, if you put here, sorry, your lambda 0 will be 3 centimeters. Sorry. So here I'll just verify the condition. My lambda c is greater than lambda 0, hence the propagation is possible. So I can calculate the further things. Okay? So I can say lambda C11 is equal to 3.328 centimeter. Neta is 120 pi, that is free space impedance. So 120 into 3.14, it gives me 377 ohm. Now what about the ZTM? So ZTM will be 120 pi. This is 1 minus 3 by 3.328 square. So by solving this equation, I can write this will be 377 into 0.163. So by calculating this value, I'll get this value as a 163 ohm. So this is nothing but the impedance of your wave, which is TM11. So always the TM का आपका होता है less than intrinsic impedance, and for the T it is greater than your intrinsic impedance. So this is the problem based on the impedance of this one. Now we'll do one thing, as I think we're talking about the possibility of modes. Okay, so I'll just take previous example which we have solved, which I think I have solved half. So this is the last problem which I'll take right now. The dimension of a guide are 2.5 into 1 centimeter and frequency is given as 8.6 gigahertz. Find, the first thing we are going to find is nothing but the possible modes. The second is cutoff frequency. And third is the guide wavelength. So the solution for this one will be, first I'll solve the possible modes. So we know that A is equal to 2.5 centimeter, B is equal to 1 centimeter, F is already given, that is 8.6 gigahertz. Okay. To have a propagation, my lambda 0 must be less than lambda c, or in other ways lambda c must be greater than lambda 0. So if I know what is A, if I know what is B, if I know what is the frequency, I can calculate the lambda 0 and a lambda c. So the first thing which I'll do is nothing but the lambda 0, which is nothing but the c by f, which is 3 into 10 raised to 8, and the frequency is 8.6 gigahertz, which is given. So I'll get a lambda 0 3.488 centimeter. I have already done this. So TE01 mode, if you put all the values for TE10 mode, you can write here. You can write here for TE1001 mode, lambda c is equal to twice of AB m square b square plus n square a square. ठीक है. So जीरो वैल्यू डालेंगे आप यहाँ पे m के लिए, तो ये a will get cancelled, this becomes twice of b. So 2 into 1 is 2 centimeter. So I can say, as lambda c is smaller than lambda 0, this mode is not possible. Now next one, you put TE10 mode. ठीक है. So I can say in this mode m is equal to 1, n is equal to 0. So if I put for this one, lambda c is equal to twice AB divided by m square b square plus n square a square. So up n, if you're putting 0, bb will get cancelled, this will become twice of a, and 2 into 2.5 becomes 5 centimeter. Now I know that my lambda 0 is equal to 3.488 centimeter and lambda c is equal to 4 centimeter. So I can say that if my lambda c is greater than lambda 0, this mode is possible. So if this mode is possible, you can go for the further calculations. Okay. So you can go for cutoff frequency, which is nothing but the c by lambda c, which is 3 into 10 raised to 8 divided by lambda c is in the centimeter, that is 5 centimeter. If you put it into the centimeter, multiplied with the 10 raised to 2, so it is 6 gigahertz. And a lambda g, you can calculate lambda 0 divided by 1 minus lambda 0 by lambda c square, which is nothing but a 3.488 divided by 1 minus 3.488 divided by 5 ka square. So lambda g here, you'll get a 4.868 centimeters. This is the way how you can calculate it for possible modes. Now we have checked these two modes, TE01, TE10. Then we'll talk about the TE11 mode. Okay? And then we'll talk about the TM11 mode. So we're going for TE11 mode. So if for TE11 mode, I can say my m is equal to 1, my n is equal to 1. So lambda c here will become twice of AB, m square b square, that is b square, n square b square, that is a square. So I'll put all the values, 2 into 2.5 into 1 divided by b square. B square is 2.5 square plus 1 square. So if you calculate this lambda c, 1.856. Now this is the lambda c. What's our lambda 0? We have seen our lambda 0 is previously 3.488. So our lambda 0 was 3.488 centimeters. So I can say lambda c is less than lambda 0. This mode is not possible. So to have a propagation, your lambda c must be greater than lambda 0. So we have checked it for TE00 is obviously not possible. So we are not going to check for that. TE01 not possible, 10 possible, 11 not possible. Now we'll start with the TM mode. Now we have already seen TM00, 01, 10. This we are not going to check as they are not at all possible. While analyzing TM waves, we have seen that these modes are not at all exist there. So we'll check it for only TM11 mode. So M will be 1, N will be 1. So if you're checking it for TM11 mode, your lambda c here will be twice of AB divided by m square b square plus n square a square. Now as we are putting 1 here, it will become m square plus, sorry, this will be b square plus a square, and this we have already calculated previously, which is nothing but the 1.856 centimeters. As we, if you'll compare it with the lambda 0, your lambda 0 here is nothing but the 3.488 centimeter. Now I can say your lambda c is smaller than lambda 0. This means this mode does not exist. So if such kind of problems come, you directly check TE011011 and TM11. Okay, so this is nothing but how you're going to check the possibility. For higher modes also you can check, but